Hi there, I'm Steve Courtney from Robert Scott. And I'm just going to do a little talk now about the Toucan Eco 3 and about the other Toucan devices that we supply. The bottom line on these devices is it allows the end user to make their own very safe, very powerful sanitizer and cleaning solution. And they'll make this themselves just with the devices, a very small amount of electric, tiny amount of salt and ordinary tap water. It ticks lots of boxes environmentally, of course, and one of the main ones is plastic, because we're just going to be reusing our plastic spray bottles. And over the years when I've been talking to people about this, that's been very important, and it still is. But obviously this year has been a different year. And so it's worth emphasising that the solution when it's made is a very, very powerful sanitizer and disinfectant, but totally harmless, non-hazardous, can't harm anybody, no COSH implications, and safe to use. So I thought, to crack on, let's just show you how it works. And in the Eco 3 device, what you're going to get is you get a base, you get a 1 litre jug. I've already filled that up with tap water to the mark, the 1 litre mark there. Got some starter salt, it's your measuring spoon, stirring spoon, that's the long one, and you get a 350 ml spray bottle. Let me show you how this all works. So we've got our 1 litre jug. I filled that with ordinary tap water to the 1 litre mark there. I've got my starter salt. This is just ordinary table salt from the supermarket, sodium chloride. I've got my measuring spoon. And in the case of the Toucan Eco 1 litres, it's 2 grams to 1 litre of water. So I'll just put that in, like so. The long spoon is the measuring spoon, and we're just going to give that a quick stir. We do that for 2 reasons. One is so we're making a really nice little saline solution, and the other one is just to keep the salt off the electrochemical cells at the bottom of the jug. We're then going to place the jug on the base, and you see that the light now comes on, and that's saying I'm ready to go. So we're just going to press the button in approximately 3 seconds. 1, 2, 3, and you'll see there that it makes a beep. The white light is flashing, and you'll see the blue light there. And you'll see the solution there, that's the micro bubbles there, and the device is moving that saline solution, which is the hydrogen and the oxygen of the water, with the sodium and the chloride of the salt, and it's just moving it over the bottom of the jug where there are 2 chemical cells, which to you and me are batteries, kind of positive and negative. And they're going to change the structure of that saline solution now. And they're going to move the sodium and the chloride, mix it with the oxygen, and that will make hypochlorous acid. And also in this process, you make some sodium hypochlorite. When the solution is finished, and this will take 5 minutes, by the way, it will be 99.9% water, 0.2% hypochlorous acid and 0.8% sodium hypochlorite. If I put a pH detector in the solution before we started, it would show that the water is going to be about a pH 7. After this is finished in 5 minutes time, the pH will move up to a point and a half to about 8, 8.5, which will help with the cleaning aspect of the solution there and give it some surfactant to pick up dirt. Just a bit of a background to this so we know where we stand on this. It's quite an old science. It's a form of electrolysis. Electrolysis was invented or discovered by Sir Michael Faraday in about 1824. And he discovered that if you put a small electric charge through hydrogen and oxygen, water, you can change the structure of it. And so, for instance, you could make hydrogen gas, which is a great form of energy. That's kind of where it stayed for quite a while, until the early 70s. And then a Russian scientist called Vitord Bakir, it's easy for me to say, from the Bakir Institute, was asked by his bosses to come up with something which would decontaminate their country, their people, their land, their buildings, should the wicked West ever drop a nuclear, biological, chemical weapon on them. And what Professor Bakir discovered was that if you added salt to electrolysis that process, the sodium and the chloride, you would produce hypochlorous acid. And hypochlorous acid is a natural product that all humans and all animals produce. It's part of our immune system, and we use it to ward off infection. So we have white blood cells in our body there, and they will go to where the infection is. Should I have a cut on your hand, for instance, and they will explode with hypochlorous acid. Hence the reason this is totally harmless, non-toxic, non-hazardous. You can't be allergic to this solution because the body recognises it. And there's no COSH implications either. There's nothing in there that is hazardous to your health. The solution's used in many different industries as well. It's used in the fishing industry, used in the farming industry. The science of this is used to clean ballast water in shipping. So there's lots of other uses for it. In our industry, we're looking at cleaning and sanitation. So some examples for you of where it's being used in the UK. It's being used quite extensively in education, colleges, universities, schools, down at primary level, where they're looking to obviously clean the premises, but now sanitisation, disinfectant is paramount to them. It's used a lot of military sites throughout the UK. Royal Mail sorting centres. All around the UK, Northern Ireland, use the devices, again, for sanitising and cleaning. If anybody down there in the London area been to Somerset House on the Strand there, again, that is totally cleaned, sanitised, disinfected through the Toucan solution. I think it's really getting a lot of traction now, and people are interested in using it for several reasons. One is it does what it says. It will clean, disinfect and sanitize. It has all the independent EN certification that you would need, EN 14476, EN 16777 for the virus kill. Just very briefly on that, those two certifications, one is the EN 14476 is for the suspension test, which is basically done in a test tube. The EN 16777, it's the same viruses, but it's actually on a hard surface. It's actually silver discs. And so they will put the viruses on the hard surface, spray with the sanitizer, disinfectant that they're testing. They won't wipe off, and then they do the virus count. So that's quite a more what I would call a real world test, because that's how we use the solution. We have that same testing for the backside as well, EN 1276 and EN 13679. So the reason it's now being used more and more is because of that safety angle. It does what it says. It can't hurt your cleaners. It can't hurt you. It can't hurt your clients. There was an economical, commercial part of this as well, in that it's just salt and water and electric. And it's a really good talking point, isn't it? Because you're helping the environment, it's green, it's sustainable, there's not really anything bad you can say about it. What we've seen there is, you would have heard in the background, there was a little beep. It started to stop flashing, the white light remains on, and the solution, the ECA, electrochemical activated solution, is now relaxed, and that's all ready to be used. So in this circumstances, with these devices, I would just take that off the base. There would have been a little beep there when I pulled that off. The white light remains on. In about 3 minutes' time, that will go off. There'll be another beep, and that's saying basically, Steve, ready to make some more. And that is one of the things I really should talk about with these devices, is that you just make it whenever you want, as much as you want. And all you need is the salt and the water and a little bit of electric. So in this circumstance there, I'm going to pour the solution just into my small little 350 ml spray bottle here, and I would be ready to go to clean and sanitize. It's excellent on hard surfaces, great on fabrics. You can use this in any carpet cleaning that you do. It's been scientifically tested for that, by the way. You can use it on fabrics. That can go on my shirt, for instance. It's non-staining. Nothing's going to happen there, but and that can be the same for carpets, any furniture, any fabrics. We've sold quite a lot of these into a company that work with Prada, for instance. One of the important things for that was that it would be suitable for their furniture in their shops. So again, on glass, stainless steel, hard surfaces, totally food safe, so this can be used in kitchens, it can be used on food. Professor Reynolds from UWE down in Bristol, he says that if we all sprayed our cherry tomatoes with this solution, we'd go a long way to saving the planet. This isn't the only device, by the way. This just makes a 1 litre there. We have the other bigger devices aren't necessarily so much bigger, but they make more solutions. So we have a device that will make 10 litres at a time, one that makes 20 litres at a time, and also a device that will make unlimited amounts. It's fully automatic and will make the solution itself. Just there, you would have perhaps heard a little beep. That light has gone off, and this particular device is all ready to go again. You would fill this up to 1 litre, put your 2 grams of salt in, press the button, and you've got more solution to make. So look, thank you for that. I'm going to finish off now. That was just kind of a quick talk through the Toucan Eco, the devices and the solutions that they make. Please feel free to ask any questions you've got, anything you need to know, any queries that you have there. Be more than welcome to answer them. So thank you very much.